I don't think people realize the enormity of human trafficking and the injustice that it is. It's actually the fastest growing crime in the world, and a lot of these crimes are perpetuated against women and children. We talk about drugs and the arms trade, but dealing with people, actually buying and selling people. So if you look at a country like India with 1.3 billion people, that's like 3 to 4 times the population of the US. Many of those living in abject poverty. It's the women and children that are the most vulnerable that are the victims of this evil crime. It's because they are so vulnerable, they are sold into this, sometimes by their families, sometimes they're duped into it through lack of education, thinking they're gonna get a great job at a hotel and it ends up being a brothel job. They are born into it, so children by their mothers and a John, and now these children are the product of that because condom use is not prevalent in India. Even temple prostitution can still be culturally prevalent, is still happening today. Families that give their children to the priests, so as part of the worship of their deity, these children are being victimized. There are so many reasons that without intervention and without opportunities, that the cycle just continues and women and children generationally continue to be trapped in sexual slavery.
Sometimes when you're looking at a huge problem, it can feel daunting and overwhelming. Like, what could I possibly do to make a change from my place in the world and just being one person? And the answer is you can do a lot with the everyday decisions that you're making, with where you're choosing to spend your money. We vote with our dollars as much as we vote at the ballot box. We can do more together. So collectively, talk to your friends about it. Talk about products that you found maybe that are impact products and making a difference. I don't think people realize that there's a lot of harm that's happening in fashion. There are a lot of brands who are really trying to turn that around. One of the most impactful ways that we can vote with our dollars is in choosing ethical fashion over fast fashion. When you support a virtuous supply chain, you're not only saying, I want to support the jobs where I know people are being treated fairly, you're stopping doing harm in the world at the same time that you're still doing good in the world, and both are important.
Benefit corporations like Sudara focus on global cultural shifts to redefine success in business and build a more inclusive and sustainable economy. Using apparel as the vehicle to drive this business model means the revenue that's generated helps fund the training of women in all types of vocational programs so they can escape or avoid sex trafficking and live a life of freedom.
One of the things that we love most is that women are really the ones who are making the purchasing decisions here, and women are the ones who care about the problem, who are talking with other women about what we can do to make a difference. We say wearing is caring and sharing. So when you wear the clothes, people ask you about them, and you can say not only are they, yes, great pants that I'm wearing, but they're also doing good in this world. Since Sudara was founded back in 2005, we've helped thousands of women and children escape or avoid sex trafficking in India. And we're starting to do that at even a bigger pace right now. We're helping about 1,200 women a year, and we aim to at least double that in 2020. Some of the women who graduate from our tailoring program do work in our sewing centers at Sudara, but where we really scale and make the biggest difference is in how many women that we can train across many different vocations, like seamstressing and tailoring, but then even things like desktop computing and spoken English, because it's about, again, giving them the option and the opportunity to actually get a dignified job for their freedom.
We have so many injustices in our world today, and sometimes it can feel overwhelming and like we're powerless, but really we all have more power than we think. We vote with our dollars every day when we buy things, whether it's clothes or coffee or chocolate or makeup, whatever we do. If we choose to use those dollars to support companies that are doing good in the world, we're actually being the change that we want to see in the world.
Every Sudara purchase supports living wage employment and skills training, and every donation to the Freedom Fund ensures these women get the help they need to be free forever.
We all have the power to do good in this world, and collectively together, we are a strong force. When we have a voice, we have a choice, and we can use it for good.